Hey guys, how you doing? This is Fred here, and I'm at my home today just hanging out, and I've gotten a couple of requests from people asking me, how do you make kefir yogurt? So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go inside and I'll show you at least how I make kefir yogurt. Alright? See you inside. Once again, we have our milk, we have our mason jar, and we have our kefir grains, which we will add to our mason jar and then add the milk. Here we have our mason jar, and we're adding our grass-fed unpasteurized milk to the container, and then I'll let this sit for a day or two to ferment to turn into kefir. See you in a little bit. Kefir and milk after the second day, and now I'm going to take and empty this kefir into this plastic strainer. You don't want to use a metal strainer, and collect it into this measuring cup here, and then pour it into a second empty clean jar to stay in the cabinet for about another 1 to 2 days until the kefir yogurt has separated from the whey. Here's some of the kefir, and I'm going to just use a spoon to get it separated quicker, and this will allow me to separate the grains from the actual kefir yogurt. Alright, and I just move it along, and I find that it drips down, and it goes fairly quickly. Alright, but this will separate the grains so that way I can reuse them. So I'll see you in a moment. Making progress, and you can see how the grains start to appear as I continue to have it drain down into the bowl. But see, these are the kefir grains right here. There they go. Like magic, they reappear. And these are the grains that I'll go ahead and put into another jar right here, and just start the process all over. There you go. So here is the kefir yogurt, which you see is fairly liquid, which is ready to be used. I can put this in a jar and put it in the fridge and use it as I like. Here's the separated grains, the separated kefir grains right there. And so what I will do is, I like my kefir to be a little thicker, so I will go ahead and put it in another clean jar for another day or two of a second fermentation. Now remember, this is the kefir ready to be used, separated from the grains, and now I'm going to let this have a second fermentation in this jar. In a moment, you'll see I'll just fill up with some fresh milk and start the process of making kefir from scratch with the milk kefir grains. We have it. We have our grass-fed, raw, unpasteurized milk. Now I'm going to add it to the kefir grains to start the process from the beginning. Now I'll just put some plastic on top and put this in the cabinet in a warm place for about a day or so. Alright, that's it. And then also this is the kefir ready to go that I'm going to put also in the cabinet with some plastic on the top so that way we can have a second fermentation. Right, this is the cabinet above the stove that I usually keep it in, and this is the fresh milk with kefir grains, and this is the kefir yogurt that's now going to sit for a day or two for a second fermentation. See you later, folks. So here we stage one. This is after 2 days of making kefir, and this is stage two, the second fermentation of making kefir. And now we're going to separate the milk kefir grains from the actual kefir yogurt and prepare it to convert to stage two during its second fermentation. Stay tuned. After the second fermentation, and I'm going to show you the easiest way that I found to separate the kefir yogurt from the whey that's on the bottom. I take this, how do you say, plastic tubing, and I stick it down gently to the bottom, and then I just siphon it out. It's going to be hard. So now you see that it's starting to go down slowly. We have the tubing, and then it's being drained down into the sink. And I have it slowly going down. Slowly going down. It takes about just a few moments, but it easily is separating. See there? Easily separating the kefir yogurt from the whey. So that way the yogurt is a little thicker and not just sort of liquefied yogurt. And there we have it. That's it, folks. Now I'll just put this in the fridge, in a separate container, and enjoy it in my smoothies or on top of my pancakes or mixed with some berries. That's it.